What's good, world? It's your boy Brody Beats, back with part 2 of Daydream tutorial. Alright, last time I did this video, I started off with the leads, the melodies for everything, and I got maybe to about right here with the structure of the song. I already had the FXs and whatever, but I went ahead and finished it. I got the intro, the verse, and the build up. So let me go ahead and play that because I didn't get to play it last time. Like I said, I just had to make it to part 2 because it was already 40 minutes long. So here we go.
Hold my hand.
Alright, the way I did my build up, basically I just took one of these, chopped it in half, and then I brought this one down to half of the half, and I did 3 of those. Oh, my bad. 2 of those, and then went back and copied the first one. And then after that, it's 4 quarter notes. So basically just the first part of the melody hits before the break. And just for special effects, I cut that one in half. That's basically all the intro is and the build up is. And then of course I put my pluck in between each pause, like in the beginning of the chords. And then of course I threw in some FXs. Yeah. And I did a simple kick build up. It's just the same as the chops and the melody. I started really from half step, 1/3, 1/4, and 1/6. That's what you see right here is the 1/6. I usually try to keep that towards the end so it won't get all crazy throughout this. It's just steady. And then I bring those down so it won't peak over everything. And then I play catch up like I did with the drums in the first tutorial. With certain notes, you bring them down so to give it that pan effect without actually panning them. And for my vocal drop, I use this.
Hold my hand.
I'm saying nothing major, but that's where we at. So let's go ahead and get to part 2 of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with some drums. Like I said before in the first video, I've already done this, finished it, put it out, and look for that. So let me go ahead and build these drums real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it the clap, a double clap. Like I said, my first tutorial giving y'all the info, odd numbers. Remember the odd numbers. In between each hit, as long as it's an odd number, no matter what you click or what you press on this thing, it's gonna work. Like, just to give you a preview. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do part 2. Pretty much the same thing as the first one, but I kind of switched up the end to go along with the double clap, and I took out the double hit, the 111. So okay, go ahead and play that. Alright, come back to my playlist. I'll start with pattern 1. And then we're gonna get pattern 2. Select Control B, Control B, Control B, all the way across. Let me give you a preview with that. Start off with this part. Pretty much on the hi-hats, I'm not gonna lie to you, I just kind of drug it all the way across. I didn't move it to 8 or 16, and I just left it at 4, straight across with the drag, and I brought it in halfway through the verse, all the way across. I ain't gonna give you just like a full demonstration, but you. Alright. Last tutorial, or whatever you want to call it, video, I turned off the FXs. So I'm just going to give you a quick preview of them. Not necessarily give you like a whole mix down of each sound, but I'm going to show you the ones that I did. I'm going to show you how I EQ'd it. I'm not going to demonstrate how I EQ'd it. I'm just going to show you the aftermath of EQing it. So and on this, I changed the ratio of the low band, turned up the knee on the mid, turned down the, my bad, turned up the knee on the mid and turned down the knee on the high, because like I said on the EQ, as you can see, it's in the bass, upper mid level, so why would you need highs, you know what I mean? So I turned that down, excuse me. And on this, this is my go-to. You don't have to. You can fuck around with the default and change your own levels, but I always go to Serialize 3. That's just my go-to for my pads, because like I said, it's going to be battling with the bass. So you got to pan it a little bit like I did right here. I panned it to the left on this one, and the other pad, it got panned to the right. Just slightly, like. My bass, it always comes through the middle. Sub and bass, no panning, so it's just in the middle, like the kicks and the drums, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what I did with that pad. Let me see, let me go to the lead. Just a simple EQ and compression. Nothing too major. I cut out all that dead air, brought it down to the primitive stage. Alright, a simple compression. All I did is come to, I want to say, what did I go to? Honestly, I think I went to 4.4. That's usually the one I go to. Click that, and once again, turn the height of the knee down and the attack of it, and that's pretty much it. Oh wait, and then I changed the speed of the bend of the compression of it a quarter, so it's not all the way compressed to where it's just too quiet and it gets smothered out by the other sounds. Like, okay, and then let's go to lead one. Pretty much the same as the other lead. Cut out all the dead air and the access bass. This one had a lot of bass, and it's just dead. So I turned that down. Add a little reverb on it. Change the size of the room all the way up. Turn the damp down, and my wet down always. Bro, if that fucking FX catch me one more time. I always turn my wet down to 75, and not necessarily on every sound, but some sounds is just like overboard with it. Like, that's all you hear is the reverb of the sound. And the best way you can tell, play it, pause it, and whatever is playing, that's the reverb. And if it fades out within 1 or 2 seconds, you should be straight, unless it overlaps and you hear it while you play the song. See what I'm saying? That's good. Same as before on the other compressor, 4.4. Turn these down, and then I bend this down. That's it. Alright, bass. Bass, it was hard for me to do this. I'm like I said in the first video, bass and a sub together, I've never tried it, but I made it work, and this is the exact reason why I did this right here. Notice I didn't even stay in a low bass. I came up some, cut it, and then I brought the low mid, and the top part of the bass up. And I killed most of the mid. And that's how I got my bass. Compression. Oh yeah, I stayed with default. Turn my knee up over here. Turn the knee up on high because, like I said, I didn't stay in the lows. It's more high regional than anything. You know what I mean? Like, here goes the bass. Let me just play that whole. I didn't want it to be too 808-ish, like real bass. Why? Because I came with the sub. This is the money maker. Look, this is the one with the most FXs on it because I made it to where I wanted it to sound. And that's really just there to backdoor the bass. I really wanted the punchy high sound of the bass, so I just cut the original bass part out. And together, this is what they sound like. Alright, the FXs for the sub. My EQ is all low bass. That was the point of it. And I brought up the unregistered bass up just a little bit. The farther you go left, the more mucky it gets. And then I did a Fruity Loops bass boost, turned the amount up and went down to 60. Cause around here is where I did my cutoff. 61, 63 hertz. So of course that had to be 60 hertz. And I turned the amount all the way up. And then of course, like I said, I go to my Stereolize 3. And I turned the delay off, and I went from pre to post. So to give it that like basically with oh my bad. Basically with all bass and 808s, you have to have some kind of sterilization to it because it's not just going to come out the front speakers or the main speakers. Sometimes it's going to pan out to the rear speakers of the car where the stronger the bass is, or if you got subs. So if you don't, either you double take it on the mixer and pan it to the left or to the right, you're just going to have the flattest subs there is when you make a track. Like, you have to sterilize it. Fruity Stereo Shaper, that's my go-to, but you also got, where is it? Stereo Enhancer, and they got this setting. Hold on, let me just see. Let me fuck some shit up real fast. You got Stubble. Sub that's what you should remember. Alright, let me do this one more time. Alright. And then some people gonna get mad at me because Maximus is really just for like mixing and mastering, but fuck that. I use punchy drums too for my 808s and my bass. That's just me. That's my go-to. I don't even have to really too much compress, limiter, remover, none of that shit. Like, yeah. And then I got Fruity Shaper twice. And I leave it on default because it gives, like I said, the more it goes to the speakers, the more harder your shit hits. Now, not necessarily saying in headphones because it's two speakers. But if you're in a car or a show, every speaker gonna push out a little bass to it. Alright, and then my plug, I feel like I didn't need no EQ into it. It was just perfect to me in my mind. Nexus gave it its own reverb. It gave it its own reverb. That's all I really needed on it. And the art. We all know how much I hate ARPs. I just EQ'd some of the bass out because it was muddy. We don't really need all that. And another Fruity Shaper with Sterilizer 3. And honestly, that's, well, shit, I almost left out 3. Pad 3, I just put reverb and an EQ, cutting off all the ups. It's basically what you would want to do on a pad. Nothing special. I didn't move it to the left or to the right, but you cut out the bass and the upper highs. Multiband. I actually turned up the knee and left that alone. That's pretty much it on that. And one more thing I came up, not came up with, but found that went with it, is this vocal. Let me find it real fast. Did I delete it? I feel like I deleted it. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go find another one real fast. actually trying to find it. Alright, that's the vocal I found. Come here, make sure this time stretched right. 140. Pro transit. Close. Yeah, and I put it on insert 15. Yeah, that's perfect. Turn that on. And see, this is the part where I fucked up the first time. I didn't even realize how loud the vocal was until I mixed it down and everything. Not this go around. So I bring it down to 60. And come here and just really sound check it as it plays with everything. Take that same vocal, do the same thing I told you earlier how I done everything. Chop it down just the same as the other ones. And this is the build up.
Hold my hand.
And I know what I'm gonna do. I might just have remixed the original. Cause I just realized I didn't chop all sounds. Let's see.
Hold my.
If the vocal is louder than the pluck, it's too loud.
Hold my hand.
Alright, that's it for part 2. Part 3 will be the drop and the whole structure of the song. It's your boy Brody Beats. Fuck with me. I'm gonna put this on both my YouTube channels. Y'all go subscribe to my new channel. I've been realizing y'all watching my videos and not subscribing to the new channel. Eventually I'm trying to round off from the old channel. So yeah, go do that. It's your boy Brody Beats. Fuck with me, man.